Hello everyone, how are you? So, today I was talking with a friend. Look at my hair. I let it dry naturally today and I put no makeup on. It's just been a nice Sunday. So, hanging with friends at home and feeling comfortable enough with you to be a natural. But, so we were talking about a psychologically safe space, and I was trying to explain what this is in relation to education, in relation to what I do in my college class and the subtle ways, and what I did previously when I worked at the high school. So the first sort of rule, guideline in creative thinking is also very handy for this. And so these are important when we're talking about learning environments, but they're also important in our homes, in our workplaces, and the number one rule is to defer judgment. So that means on others and ourselves. And I've seen what happens to people when they get to a point. I've seen what happened to myself when I got to a point that I stopped thinking I wasn't good enough, or I should be doing more, even though sometimes I get back into that one. But I didn't judge what I was doing as wrong or bad. I just sort of had more grace and recognized that I believed I was doing the best I could at that time. And I do that to other people. I pretty much assume, just have a foundational belief that everybody's doing the best they can at all times. And so if what you're seeing doesn't seem like it's the best that you think someone has to offer, you might want to question whether or not you really are in a position to know all of what's going on in their lives to make it be that they could offer more, right? Because if they could, they probably would. And in terms of a psychologically safe space is really a place where, people don't feel like they're going to be judged. They don't feel like they need to hide parts of themselves. They need to hide if they feel inadequate, or if they feel fearful, or if they don't understand things. When a lot of places feel like we're supposed to pretend that we know what we're doing at all times and that we have it all figured out. And I deal with, people of all ages, whether that's, people who are in high school and graduating high school and feeling like they're supposed to know what's happening next and that they know exactly what they want, or people who are even my age and say, my kids have all left the house, or they're all grown, and like, I don't feel like I know what I really want to do, right? In order to feel free to actually explore, in order to feel free to talk about not just my strengths, but my weaknesses, I have to feel safe. I have to feel like the people around me are not judging me. And in a home environment, and I even think in school environments, we might not use and say, hey, I love you, but there is a element of an unconditional acceptance and love for other people. And I'm trying to remember, I think it was Carl Rogers, but I know I read it in a book by Torrance where it was talking about that the child will feel safe when they know that you're no longer trying to fix them. So when we're trying to fix other people, it's not real safety. So I just felt like I wanted to share a little bit about that today, kind of get you thinking about the elements that make, you might not agree with what I'm saying, but what does it take for you to feel safe in an environment, to be yourself, to feel not like you're on eggshells, not like you're trying to perform or please other people, like you can bring your own little spice, your own little pizzazz. What does it take for you? And are you doing that for other people? Are you intentionally making sure that wherever you are, because that's what I try and do, wherever I am, I want it to be a psychologically safe place for people, where people can feel like they can be themselves and they can open up to me, and they do. And they can dream. It's another thing I love when people talk about their dreams and their hopes with me. So, and I don't think people do that when they don't feel like someone's going to judge them for it. Someone's going to think it's stupid or they can't do it. So just watch your words and watch the words that are spoken over and around your children and over and around you. And we don't have to put up with it. We don't have to perpetuate it. So I see people are watching. Hi, Elizabeth. So that's all I have for tonight. And Mike, till next time, have a good night.